gentlemen in the mix.
Hey, traders. Good to see y'all on this Wednesday. Looking at Bitcoin on the daily, I guess, to start it out. That we did get that test we were looking for, right? The test, 19,891.99. That price, no big deal. December 2017. November 30th, 2020. Here we are again. We tested it for the first time ever, June 22nd, and now again. And some bids came in, right? Buyers defended it for now, but it was a good 16 hours of testing it for finally bouncing some. Bouncing some? I mean, yeah, you engulfed on the last 4-hour candle, but and you ran all the way up to 20,400, but you know, look at you now, man. I it's like whatever happens, even if like you try to make the argument for hidden bullish divergence on the 4-hour, it might go up a little more, you know. But now, when it does, if it does play out, we'll be looking for a lower high here. before it rolls over, and then we test again, and then that's a very real possibility. It just depends on if there's enough demand to really get this price going. It hasn't really gone anywhere. I would say that this can happen, or this could happen, right? I mean, you're not in a good spot here. You're sitting at these levels, and let's go. Where's the reaction? We're not doing anything. You're just spending time here. Absorption of remaining demand is quite possible outcome here. I mean, that's probably what's going on. There's just, yes, there are limit buys set up defending this area, but if that's the case, shouldn't the sellers relent and let the price rise? Like, well, you know, buyers would come in and the price would be going, but it's not. After confirming distribution, right? We talked about this. This has kind of been the headline past few days, where you had a really nice 24%, 23% rally off the lows, peaked out, sold off, back tested that level, rallied again for a second time over the weekend, and confirmed that there are less market participants that own Bitcoin than they did even the date of June 15th. And now we're right back at this key level where there's nothing below you till like 17,000 for real. Or I guess you can say the crash lows, you know, I guess $17,000, $18,000. Big yikes, man. Yep, Michael Saylor bought 480 Bitcoins today or something like that. Dude, that changed his cost basis by, I think, less than $100, right? He owns 129,000 Bitcoins. And then he's just like, I'll buy 480. I'm dollar cost averaging, bro. I swear. Okay, so his cost basis, chat, goes from $30,700 to $30,600 and like $10, $20. Kind of like push an S against the tide. Nice job, man. It kind of looks like a weak purchase too. It's like you clearly have no more money to be buying Bitcoin, so it's not really a great signal. But hey, man, I hope it bounces here, and I hope Michael Saylor saves the world, dude. I hope so, man. It just clearly doesn't look like it based on a chart, based on like psychology of buyers and sellers. It looks pretty awful right now. But yeah, I hope it rallies. Let me get this coffee in me with an infusion of espresso today. All right. You can say hidden bullish divergence all you want, but hey, man, what I know what's going on is the trend's terrible, and like if it plays out, again, it might turn into a scrub rally that'll get you a lower high than the previous highs, and then you roll over again. If you test this level for a third time, it's done, dude. It's done. Lower prices eventually. But that's really, I mean, if you look at individual equities, you can't really be that surprised. These individual equities, some of them have broken key supports and have massive downside potential. It's all like big names too. I've been scanning some and just, it's bad, man, real bad. So you just wonder if assets that big names, big market cap stocks, companies, if they're about to collapse 14%, it's hard to believe that anything speculative and crypto is going to perform well. So just talking about support resistance being broken across the market, across multiple sectors. It's not just one. Okay, most sectors are terrible. And then you have energy, you have some consumer staples that now, to be fair, holy crap. I mean, you know, like cereal companies like GIS hit an all-time high today. Took out a 2016 peak. But then there's things like Walmart. Oh my God, the semiconductors looking ready to just get destroyed again. It's just a bleak looking time for individual equities across most sectors. Financials look terrible. I mean, I guess maybe we could spend a little time later looking at them or something. Just letting you know it's not good for them. How can it be good for crypto? You know. So here's Ethereum. That is at $1,093. It's a long way down, right? I mean, bottom of the range, $915. Yeah, you spent about 4 hours hanging out. I guess 8 hours hanging out, you know. flirting with the same 1100 area. Now you're kind of rolling over. We are in power hour. We have 41 minutes and change until your daily candle close. So there could be some price action. Many times we've seen it in the last 60 minutes of the day for crypto. We get moves. Shopify, how about Spotify? I mean, dude, it's just, you keep naming tickers. They're probably on life support or have been broken down. They've lost 90+% of their value. And some like Stitch Fix, man, all-time lows today. Let's go. I mean, video game stocks look like they're ready to collapse with confirmation. You know, like you had confirmation tops. Just bad. So much bad everywhere. And that's, I mean, it's just bearish. Not bad particularly. It's just bearish. It's just red candles. Look like more red candles come in versus green candles, all right? Can't look like bad or good. It's just, I think about bad for people's retirement accounts. People are just long on something, you know. You might be DCing in a Tesla for a long time, dude, because that thing, full reset, you don't even want to know, man. You'll lose. It'll be like you buying Bitcoin all the way down. Hey, man, 69K at final, bought 58K, 48K, 38K, 28K. My God, dude, the Tesla, same thing, right? So the bubble popped. The everything bubble popped, right? I mean, the Federal Reserve's letting you know. They've already let you know, they're going to try to destroy demand. They're still working on that. Jerome Powell today, holy crap, saying he didn't even know. He's like, we now know that we know very little about inflation. It's crazy. It's such gaslighting. It's like many normal people know if you infuse $9 trillion globally into the economy right out of thin air, it's gonna cause inflation, like super inflation. And here we are. And you're just saying at a panel today that, no, man, we could have never seen this coming. We had no idea. God, man, it's crazy. So that's your Ethereum, long way down. I mean, maybe it'll pivot with a miracle and make a higher low than your low from June 23rd, and then there might be a small argument for accumulation. I don't think so. Nothing's implying that. I think you'll come. I mean, I think that's your target. It was your target yesterday. We're on the way, 1,049, 1,050. Then after that, 980. It's just kind of one at a time, man. You got local levels, local valleys on the 4 hour. You got horizontal line, support resistance from history, and then you got more local lows, and then you got more historical lows. So they're just levels where it could run to. I think you'd be going to 1,050 next, and then we'll talk about it. After that, down 4.2%, really.
Is that a joint?
Nice, dude. Nice. Okay, let's take a look over at, you got it, man.
I like turtles.
There's bears out here.
So it's also like Ethereum, just kind of been hanging out for a good 4 to 12 hours. Working on an engulfing candle, I guess. It could be anywhere in 38 minutes. It's all of crypto, Big range, you're in the dead middle of the range, but what was the event that was discernible before hitting the middle of the range? Rejecting the top of the range as resistance, upthrusting through it, and then back testing the upthrust perfectly. It was the Jesus man, 943 billion, and that's a shooting star of some sort, and it's been lower prices ever since, and I just don't think this is going to hold 862 billion. I mean, but of course I could be wrong. I'm just thinking if it's a range, why not go test the bottom, or at least just see 781 billion again before rallying off of that. But you crashed, you've been consolidating, and there could be more. It could be lower prices. BNB, similar situation here. We're just looking at the 4 hour, not even thinking about key levels from history, which are important, but in order to keep it visually pleasing to the viewing eye, we took those out just so you can see kind of, I guess, my thesis on maybe what's going on here, right? You have a range, top of the range, bottom of the range, and you broke down, and again, like, it's about the same price it was at. It's a little lower than it was yesterday, but I don't find any solace in the price action you received in the past 8 hours, or really more like 12 hours, and I don't see any edge. I mean, you could try to say hidden bullish divergence. But dude, you're reaching hardcore in a downtrend. You're reaching to try to say there's an edge. I don't see it. I think lower prices on BNB just locally. We got sirens, of course. So yeah, you would think lower. And then we go to the daily, forget about all this, and we just look at the key levels. And let me try to hide this on. Sorry, it's a lot of stuff I created, and you know, it's so annoying, you know. I got this, man. All right, so yeah, here's just your daily. All we're doing is looking at the key levels from history. You can see like 211, 210 seems imminent. I mean, even if you're gonna hold it, like you could have sprung and you're gonna back test that spring, which happens to be the candle low close from March of 2021 and a wick low from May 22nd, 2021. You know, you're going to go test that. I don't know if you'll hold it, but you know what happens if you don't hold it right? $40 eventually. So it was nice that it caught a rally, but that's it, man. This is showing such little demand on this market. And I get it, man. I completely understand why there's very little demand in crypto. You should too. All right. Pure hopium. Pure hopium. Well-established downtrend. You made one high in May of 2021. You made your second high in November 2021. You confirmed it's over. This is pretty much that neckline that will take you to another time. I mean, you know, BNB January 2021, $42, you know. July 2019, $38, $39. I mean, that's your target if you break this key level that you're trying to hold, but if you're trying to hold, it's not really doing much, is it? Beautiful downtrend. Okay, and then we got, is it XRP still? I think it's going to be XRP for a minute now. Not really. God, it's like they're still 100 million. I have to check every day because I have no idea when Cardano is going to jump XRP or vice versa. Yeah, XRP is fourth largest crypto by 100 million. Terrible. I mean, just terrible. Once it breaks 32.5 cents, chat, we knew it was probably going to test that. I mean, nothing else made sense. It's testing it and really catching no bids. And once it breaks it, I think you go down to 24.7 cents on XRP. Remember, what are the two most discernible events on just the daily? The lowest low of the entire crash and the lowest high. When that's the case, you got nothing. You got no bullish argument. You couldn't even come up with one. It would be delusional. All right, so hey man, maybe it pivots here, makes a higher low and starts rallying, then makes a higher high locally. Then we can start talking about a confirmation low, maybe accumulation. That doesn't exist yet. It's not here. The jury is still out on that. So you have to be patient and remain bearish currently until you know, evidence presents itself that would make you think it's bullish. It's not bullish right now. Sorry. Same with Cardano. I don't care if it's only down 1.2%. It looks terrible. It's like you've been going sideways, man. Right? You're overbought in a bearish trend. You get that overbought in a bear trend, and just like think about, you had the markdown, right? Clearly, who owns this market? The bulls or the bears on Cardano? Bears. Okay, so the bulls have had 6 weeks, right? Yeah, like 6 weeks, or maybe a little more than 6 weeks to present a bullish argument. Guess what, chat? The argument has been awful. 3 and out. Heck, even it looks like the bears fumbled too, and Cardano as the bulls, they recovered the fumble and got another, you know, series on offense, and they still went 3 and out. Like, that's how bad it is. If we talk about this in football terms, okay? It's Kirk, man. Hey.
AMC Plaza Mitch.
We'll look at AMC. What a joke, man. But of course, yeah. We will. Thanks, dude. All right, so 38 cents in time, 39 cents. Eventually, at one point, Cardano is going to mark down. It's going to be the lowest daily candle close since, like February 1st of last year. Okay, one of these days. Look at it. Just the flirtation with the same lowest low, just sitting there. You're just a base of buying, absorption of remaining demand. It seemed like there was a massive amount of demand at 46 cents. But just because there's a lot of demand doesn't mean there's not a lot of selling pressure above, right? Tons of buy orders kept coming in. But every time he rallied, it was massively sold into. It's like Hoskinson's son himself is selling, right? While scrubs are keeping it propped up with bids. And I'm telling you, once the absorption of demand is absorbed, there will be no more demand. There will only be lower prices. And 38.8, but then after that, mother of God, I know, like, hey man, what about like 34 cents? It's just, okay. I'm saying pretty much one time it was, straight up, and it could go straight down like we saw on Ethereum, like we saw on Bitcoin, like we saw on many other altcoins. Why would Cardano be any different? It wouldn't be. It would be kind of a straight line down. So good luck, Cardano holders. I don't know how you could have ever, if you're like a viewer of this stream or you've been in this community, I don't know how you could be holding Cardano at this point. Like, that's crazy, dude. You clearly don't give a crap about what's said in here. But hey, man, that's cool, dude. Believe in him, Soul, terrible. Remember, you broke below 37.20 yesterday. Real bad. You're going to go test 27 bucks again. You don't hold that. The hard target's 20 bucks. We've been saying 20 bucks, man. Eventually, if you're just patient, you'll get it. You'll get it, man. Right? Wasn't there like classic bearish divergence or something? Yeah. Triple bearish divergence in the MACD, below the 200 moving average. You're near the lows of the day. What's holding this up? Nothing. Bitcoin not collapsing. The index fund's not literally collapsing quite yet. Energy, though, wow. You see the individual energy assets today on the stock market got wrecked, down like 6-7% across the board. They've had their buying climax. They could be done, man. Energy stocks could be done. Man, I guess we can look at some of those too. Just remind me, man. So much go. There's just so much stuff, out there. What's up, Doobie, man? Thank you. Yikes, dude. Just yikes. All these coins, remember, man, it's like we're in a recession. Okay. Oh, I can't say we're officially in a recession because the powers that be, right, that are so much smarter than us, the powers that decided that inflation was going to be transitory, printed $9 trillion. They say you can't say it yet, man. Not till tomorrow, I don't think, right? When they actually release the official data. It's going to be so unsurprising. Anyway, you're in a recession, man, and Sol. Imagine owning Sol in a recession, a global recession. Oh my God. I don't know. We just got to move on to Doge because, Doge is so important, man. Up 4.85%. Unbelievable, right? Wow. It did it. Sorry, this shouldn't be here. It did it, man. It didn't collapse. It's just going to put in a lower high than its previous high. Remember, it was beautiful back test. Bearish back test, wonderful. You never caught confirmation till now, till yesterday.
Hey Mitch, can you look at the short labels on the charts? It looks like there could be a massive short squeeze incoming. $BTC.
Short labels? What do you mean short labels, Luis, man? You got like a Tigger? You talking about the Bitcoin shorts longs chart? Thanks, dude. I wouldn't be worrying about a short squeeze. That's all it'd be. It wouldn't be organic buying, mass adoptions coming for crypto again or something. That would be it though, right? So cool, dude. We've already discussed the damage has been done. Like, you've crashed some to the rate at which you crashed, amount of time. It's some of the worst crashes you've seen in crypto, right? So that could continue based on how weak the little rally we've had when we got to like 21.7, 21.8. That was a 26% retrace. If you're rolling over after a 26% retrace, you can't even make a 382, 50%, 618. Something's really bad. something's terrible. That means we're still probably in the same wave. We're still in the crash wave. And that's not good. So anyway, Doge, you have to be bearish. You can't be bullish. Anything below 7.86 cents, super bearish. Yeah, a little hidden bullish divergence going on. Now you're just testing the 200 moving average, rejecting it. I just don't know how you could just unironically be excited about something like this asset. Look at the chart, man. How many times you got to get destroyed before you finally say, I guess we're in a bear trend, man. I guess it's not a good idea to be longing, even if you rally miraculously sometimes. Yeah, I think a long squeeze. Like maybe a long squeeze is coming, dude. Michael Saylor bought today. He bought it, what, $20,800 plus. So he's already down like hundreds of thousands of dollars on his bid today, or whenever he reported it. Whenever he reported he bought it. I don't know if it was literally today, but it was announced today. And I'm just saying, he's already down on that, man. Remember, Bitcoin serves the same purpose. Whether it's at $10, $100, $1,000, $70,000. You don't need Michael Saylor. You don't have to have him. He doesn't need to exist here. Like, not really.
Can you please check out Hext per yesterday's request? It is on TradingView. It doesn't show up on the drop down when you type it in, but just hit enter anyways and it will bring up the chart.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
Cheers,
that.
clinking beer mugs.
It's not good though, right? It's kind of weird. Hey man, you have to do the super secret Hex handshake on TradingView if you want to see it. We will look at it. Thanks, I didn't know that. I appreciate it and sorry. I tried though. You know I tried. I did what I could. We did look at the US dollar pair in lieu. But yeah, I can do that today. Okay. So anyway, why are we still on Doge? Spent way too much time here. Dude, that's terrible. Remember, hidden bearish divergence. Okay, classic bullish divergence. It played out. What did it do? It manifested into an official bearish back test of the old level that should have been support, resistance. It became resistance again, and now you've sold off, and now, again, this is still developing. A bearish continuation implied, it's still maturing. You still have maturation. You're losing positive momentum. So you would think eventually 4.2 cents, that's been the hard target because it's a meme. It's a meme, dude. It's like, hey, 4.2 cents, bro. You know that's going, right?
Hey, Mike, can you look at X2Y2, which off support lower secondary tests? Is it Wyckoff?
We'll look and see if it's Wyckoff, man. That's a lot of failed attempts of spelling Wyckoff. Thank you, dude. We will look at it, though. Okay, X2Y2 Connect. Yes. Appreciate it. All right, Doge, and then we go to Dot. Hey, Dot, they announced something. They announced that they were gonna be better, like, right? Like that. There was something. Hey, man, Dot announced that their platform's gonna be better. No one cares, dude. Like, what are you doing? No one cares. You're down 4.4%, heading on down to 668 when you break that 550, then 360 after that. We already discussed the confirmation high you received at 8:30. One high, then the second high, and scrub. You know what's going to happen, right? In 23 minutes, if you stay where you are now, it will be the lowest daily candle close of the entire crash, but it'll be the lowest daily candle close since technically December 28th, 2020. Wow, that's awful. Like, hey man, I can't wait to long an asset that just today is about to make its lowest, where traders are going to settle up at their lowest point of the entire crash. Remember that one time when DOT was at a all-time high of $55? $55 in November, and now it's about to be July and it's $7, but looks like it's getting ready for $5.50 and $3.40. Terrible, dude. I mean, hidden bearish divergence, if you can even believe it, on the RSI. Look, the high, then the substantially lower high with higher levels on the relative strength index. Bearish, man. Not even, God, 37.8. So you're in the bearish control zone. So there's so much more room to run to the downside before becoming oversold again. The complete reset on the oscillator is doing all this. That's what it is. That's what kind of performance you will get most of the time, right? When you get extremely nice bullish divergence where you're in an uptrend. This could take this to the new highs. But in a bear trend, man, mother of God, that's it. That's all you get is this. So, Luis.
Hey Mitch, can you look at $DRV? This is a real estate 3x short ETF, thanks.
Yeah, we'll look at it. Normally you don't want to look at those derivatives, the ETNs or whatever, because there's decay on them and it makes it like, you know, no matter what it's, you always want to look at the underlying asset that it's tracking. And then you can use that ETN or the 3-time levered ETF to be levered on the spot price, right? I mean, so what's the ticker, Luis, of the asset? It's, you know, real estate. Okay, well, give me the ticker of the real estate market that it's a derivative of, right? That it's tracking. Give me that. We should look at that because that's probably going to be the best. Okay, but yeah. So that's DOT. I guess we can look at Tron because we're all patiently awaiting the demise of Tron. Okay, it's only down 1.5%. I know it's testing the 200-day moving average and rejecting it. Nice. I'm hoping this is it, dude. It's not at a good area for a fresh short or long because unfortunately you missed that opportunity if you weren't watching the stream in like, you know, June 9th or 10th when we had identified the back test of the up thrust. All right, went straight down. Now it's back midpoint, midway, and I could see it reversing here. Look, it's done it before. Look, it's reversed at one time March 2021. It's reversed July 2021. Look, it's kind of reversed a little bit, a couple times, you know, up thrusted through that level January and February this year. But really, it's not a very good spot. I would just, I think it's going lower, but that's just me. It's the beat ups, man. Let's go. Yeah, Monero, dude. Yeah, we'll look at it. Cheers, dude.
Likes in the chat. Can we look at Monero XMR? Usually holds better than most in bearish cycles. Thank you, sir.
We'll look, beat ups, man. Thanks for the 59 right there. Session top Jesus. Boom. You killed it. All right, so Tron, bearish, testing the 200-day moving average. I hope that's it. If that is it, boom, 4.9 cents in time. It would require, I think, the crypto market to dump to get Tron going, you know. But just remember, dude, don't forget, distribution's going on. It's been going on. No matter how high this rallies, it's not going to. I'm so confident that it's not going to take out the highs it made in May and June. Early June, like beginning of this month. It's now the end of the month. I think this is it. I think it's going to make up. It could go up to, my God, dude, it could go up to 8.3 cents again. I'm just saying, I don't think it's going higher than these two peaks. I'm just going to roll over again, whatever. All right. So, okay. We're done with crypto for at least a minute, okay? We got to go to the index funds. You know, we got to go across the markets, dude, right? People come in, they don't. Remember, there's other markets besides speculative, S-coin, digital beanie babies, all right? After yesterday's dump, market was pretty flat, you know, or the index funds are pretty flat, not individual assets. They weren't. You did, in fact, kind of try to fill a gap. If you go from wick to wick, you did kind of fill it. Still think you'll get a candle low close that'll fall below 3,800 eventually. If anything, you could sell off and see the demand line again before rallying locally, making a higher low and then running higher. But for now, it's just terrible. So bad. Such like little liquidity. No one's buying. They're just not, dude. So buyer strike. Don't fight the Fed. Just don't fight it, man. They want to destroy demand. They have to, right? They got to get unemployment up so inflation goes down. So they're going to destroy companies. They have to. Companies have to be destroyed. People have to lose jobs. It has to happen, dude. What's up, Goombas, dude? Thanks for the 1650 pounds, mate. I swear down. Look at BNTX, mate. All right. So flat, but still bad, and not the price action we're looking for. It could still pivot and rally. I mean, you could be on that second low, and it meanders on up no matter what, though, until it starts breaking previous highs. Bearish trend, super bearish trend, okay? And again, individual assets, many different ones across the market have broken supports. They look like they're done. They look like they're about to collapse, dude. Some of them, okay? Dow Jones up 0.27%. It looks about the same chart. Still in a downtrend. Couldn't break that heart line. And it didn't fill a gap. I think a gap's coming. A gap fill is coming. 30,683. It could happen tomorrow. Could happen this week. But I think that'll probably fill. Beyond that, I don't know. Just very bearish trend. No edge. Awful so far. NASDAQ down 0.03%. Filled a gap yesterday. I think there's another gap that needs to be filled at $10,800. I think it'll happen based on, like, I mean, dude, we're talking about the NASDAQ, which has the Qs in it. I'm talking about tech, semiconductors, the way they look, like AMD making its lowest price since May of 2020. Like, so, like Intel, Dell, Hewlett Packard. Oh, God. They look terrible. They look like they're just setting up for much lower prices. Microchip, right? MCHP. They look terrible. So I could definitely see how those individual assets I'm looking at, how it could translate into somehow the NASDAQ filling a gap at 10,800. Okay. The rest of 2000 I think did worse than everything today. Yep, down 1.2%. Here we go, man. You don't hold this 1717, Larry. This is it. It's just the pre-COVID crash high. You've already fallen below the peak from 2018. So once this breaks, man, 1600 eventually. Once you break 1600, all you do is straight up, straight down until 1460. Then after that, it's like 1300. So bear trend's continuing. Very, very short-lived relief rally. But, you know, it's not over yet. It could just pivot any time out this level and rally. But you're fine like a fruit fly is fine. That's it. Fine like a fruit fly. You know how fine that is, right? Good God. Just have your alert set up because you were falling below it, but you closed right at it. You guess you got lucky today.
How do you feel about FTM? Also, long-time viewer and Streamlabs was giving me some trouble. Sorry to donate most of this to Alphabet people.
Grant, thanks, dude. What I think about it? Terrible. Terrible bubble pops. It's just, it doesn't matter. It's like FTM, same thing as XTZ, same thing as ZEC, SAND, SNX, OMG, NEO, MKR. They're all the same, dude. They're all risk-on, speculative assets, purely driven by momentum. All of them. That's it. We're in a very bearish momentum. So what does that mean? It doesn't matter what I feel about FTM and what it wants to do or be or whatever the devs are. None of it matters, man. Doesn't matter. That's it. It's never mattered here. It's mattered like everywhere else, I guess. Like here, it's always been about the charts. Beanie Babies on the way up, Beanie Babies on the way down. After the Beanie Babies go all the way down, a long time goes by, then new Beanie Babies are created, and then the cycle ends up reversing years down the road, and then you get another bubble with Beanie Babies. They go up again, they go down. That's it, man. What sets the price then? Exactly. Speculation. Speculation and then support resistance on a chart. All right, so Russ 2000, we got through those, the index funds. Then we can look at gold real quick. Again, man, you're okay for now. You haven't broken the key levels. That's the cutoff, 1793, maybe even just a little lower below 1785. It's not dead yet, but I would like to see gold get back above the 200-day moving average. I'd like to see some actual price action here. That would make me feel more confident in this potential trades. This is like a trade setup, man. Like you're able to take a shot here by being long like any time now. One could be, and have their stop losses reasonably set up below this yellow line, 1793, somewhere below there. And if your stop gets triggered, you're out immediately. And the whole argument that you had is done, because then accumulation below, if you fall below this level, there is no more argument for real accumulation. So it's just kind of like, it's not dead yet, but dang, man, give me some price action. Give me some bids. No bids coming in, no liquidity in any of these markets. So How can it rally? How can the trade setup play out if no one's buying anything? There's just a buyer strike. It's really tough to say, man. It could fail, and that's the whole point of why one must have a stop loss set up in case the trade goes the other way. But yeah, still showing accumulation, but barely. My God, barely. Okay. And the same stories yesterday on all this stuff, on these commodities anyway, man. It could be over for them. A lot of them anyway. I mean, silver, bearish, just crap on silver. Very, very bearish on silver, okay? Look what you've done. Yesterday, you broke the bear flag. You know what you did today? You back tested the bear flag as resistance, confirming the validity of the bearish breakdown. And now, starting to crack $20.73, which goes back to 2016, goes back to 2008. That's your daily candle close right there. So when you break that, very bad things happen. Very, very bad things happen. So to me, it looks like silver's about to collapse and continue downward. Impulse down, consolidation, new impulse down again. Probably might not be as bad as this time, but this past one. But that's it, man. Lower highs, lower lows, distributions going on, and it's probably not good for gold, but silver looks like trash. Platinum looks like trash. Copper looks like trash. Okay, so just talking metals, same thing yesterday, day before, right? Platinum, it's trying to hang on, man. My God, it's trying, isn't it? But eventually, dude, you break 892, have your alert set up, 756 real fast. Okay, there's just not enough demand. There is absorption of remaining demand in actuality at 892, I think. After distribution's confirmed, there's absorption here, and there's still just a little bit more demand, and once it's gone, straight line down. It's going to get wrecked. So just be careful on metals, man. Gold's the only one that gives you a glimmer at all of hope. But not for much longer. If it falls below 1793, that's also bearish then, okay? Massive double tops possibly in play at that point. Okay, so dang, man. Cotton finally caught some bids. Whoa, dude, look at that. Wow.
Oh, would you look at that?
So, here it is, this key level going back to 2013, going back to 2008, right? It was a resistance. Massive, massive resistance reversal area so many times. 2013, 2014, 2018. Well, here you go after drawing down from the top to the bottom, 41% in 53 days. You've rallied here. Inverted hammer, maybe catching. I mean, it caught follow through. It looks like there's no edge, but it could be setting up for at least a mild rally, a relief rally. Good God, to maybe back test 106. But it held. There's a support here, and it held for now. That's great. Oh, cotton. Sorry. Let's look at U.S. oil. Bearish engulfing candle, technically, could not break 110. This is what we talked about yesterday. You can't just roll over here. If you do, it's done, dude. U.S. oil is done too, on paper. Maybe not in real life, but on paper. Or you can't just be making your highest high, maybe buying climax, then a lower high, and then you sell off again, and then you rally, and then you make another lower high. Then all of a sudden, it's classic distribution going on. So, give it time, though. We need more candles. It could just rally above this. Go sideways for a while, then rally more. So, verdict's still out. Jury's still out on this, reversing everything, but it's still holding up, still making higher lows. So as long as it's still making higher lows, even after making lower highs, it's still bullish trend. So more like, you're making your contraction, right? You have contraction of price action, and you have lower highs but higher lows. So more neutral, more of a guessing game. There's no bullish or bearish bias quite yet. More neutral, okay? Hidden bullish divergence there and implying continuation upward. You got a little bit, but not much yet. Okay, we know 110, 115 is a real level that must be broken. Otherwise, this is exactly where big old reversals occur many times in history, right? So you got to get above this. You're not. If you stay below this long enough, you understand what kind of price action you could receive when you stay below it too long. Okay. U.S. oil, natural gas. As it held 608, 634, a big area. It's not going too far right now. It's not really taking off that level. It was trying to a little bit, but yeah, I mean, we're going to see. It's going to be very interesting on a really nice rally here. If it can recapture previous highs, because if not, then all of a sudden distribution, the trend could be reversing on paper. What a run it's been so far, right? Got as low as $1.47, June 26, 2020, and got all the way up to 965. That's like Bitcoin levels, right? So, all right. I got orange juice that mooned yesterday. It's kind of sitting sideways. It's fine above 164. Let's pay attention to what kind of peak you get. Do you get a lower high in the previous highs, confirmation high, and then confirm some sort of distribution here? You could. But again, for now, the very key level on orange juice futures is holding up. And that is all we have. Coffee, though. Coffee, we're talking about it being done. It's not yet. It pumped today, up 5%. Mother of God. It's just, it can't be denied. This is ridiculous. Insane engulfing candle for coffee. It's just not going to give up. So maybe it's not over. Like, you broke it yesterday with a candle close confirmation. If you just do this, I mean, okay, that's fine. You can just do the same thing tomorrow, opposite. Fine, then start taking out 238, 240 if you want me to start changing my mind about this. But buyers are defending this effing level. Like, it's hard to believe, right? Because it looks just like the way the S&P, Dow Jones, NASDAQ looked before they collapsed and went to much lower prices. So for now, coffee's holding the 200. This is how insane this level is, man. It's not just the key level looking left from history. My God, 2014. 2010, 2015. It's also the 200-day moving average. You were like below that. You were just, everything you were doing was so bearish, and now it's this candle appears, and it's like, that's really bullish candle. Let's see if it gets follow through, though, right? You need follow through. Dang, man, crazy. Live cattle futures dumping. Let's go, dude. It could be over. It could be over for live cattle futures. You double top, and now you confirm distribution. Right, you could probably make another local top here, but I'm just saying, when you make two highs that are the same, then you make a lower high after, that means you've confirmed the top, and now there's distribution on the chart. So that's normally how a lot of cycles and big runs can end. Very, very seldom has this asset made a lower high and then a lower low consecutively. It's doing that now. So this is, again, your live cattle, your steak prices. It's the steak prices. Dump it, man. Go to 130, then break it. Go to 120. Demand destruction, right? This is what the Fed's trying to do. The Fed wants this to happen to these commodities, man. Unfortunately, they're destroying demand, but they're also destroying people's, net worth. They have to, man. Net worth has to be destroyed. And really, I mean, demand. You kill demand, you kill people's net worth. They're going to be reluctant to spend money. Therefore, less people are going to be buying things, and then all prices drop. That's kind of their thesis a little bit. Whew, okay. I'd be remiss if we didn't look at, hog futures. Still can't decide, man. It seems like it could be topping out, making a lower high, but not yet. Still hanging in there. I mean, there is locally on the daily bearish divergence, so you'd think this could be trying to top out here. If it stays below 112.87 long enough, then it could be the top. It could for real be a top. Because it looks like a little bit locally buyers are exhausted, and that's good because you want it to make a lower high. And look, you make the highest high, the buying climax in June 2021, then you make the attempted big rally in April 2022, and now you end up locally making lower highs than that high, than this high. Then all of a sudden, it's very clear things are changing. You're no longer making higher highs at all anymore, right? And that's what you kind of want if you want, food prices to drop, I guess, so. Okay, let me look at the gasoline futures if you want to. Gasoline prices, have they gone down any chat? If I can find it. There it is. Yeah, nice. Really nice. Look at this, man. Gasoline futures kind of trying to break a demand line. 364, well off the highs of from June 10th of 433. Nice. I mean, what is gasoline futures down 15, 16% in a few weeks? That's good. But still above this level, very important level. I mean, you're right at that July of 2008 peak, right? That was an all-time high. You're just testing that right now as of like today. You could fall below it and there's like 341. This is just your mega zone that if you fall below that, that's where you could be getting some big dumps, right? A big sell-off. So it made its lowest close today since truly May 10th. That's pretty good. Good news. Keep it going, man. Keep it dumping so we can all do things. All right. Lumber futures was up marginally today. Food, you know, it was up, but we know that they probably topped out food prices. Or talking about food on a chart, they hit those key inflection points, had confirmation highs, you know, double tops and all that. So could very well be done for them. But it's not over yet. You know, they could just pivot and rally again for sure. Be paying attention. Okay, so we had a couple requests. Let's Hex to Bitcoin was the first one. The super secret Hex to Bitcoin chart, right? No. Well, I need to... No, let's... Since I looked at that one... All right, we have a new day. So we'll get to it right after we look at Bitcoin. Okay. All right, so we did it, chat. Here's your daily. Your daily Bitcoin had a confirmed test, a second test again, right? June 22nd, now June 29th. You tested and held 19,891.99, but so 4 days. You had 3 black crows. You now have 4 black crows. Just kidding. But nice follow through off the 3 black crows. I guess it just nothing else made sense yesterday, right on the stream. It's like, oh, why will we not go test 19,891? I mean, we might bounce off of it, but or we just collapse through it. But I think that's probably where we would be headed, you know, because nothing made sense besides that. We were like somewhere around here. I don't know, you know. Well, so for real, where traders are settling up, you know, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20 hours, same price, $20,000. You go, but you've been going down to like 19,800 and then as high as like 20,400. So I don't have confidence here. Maybe it's trying to like maybe hidden bullish divergence plays out if it catches bids, but it's not really catching bids right now. You shouldn't be getting this many opportunities to go long on it. I know. Worst case or best case scenario, you would rally off this and make a lower high than these 2 highs, and then confirm more distribution locally, and then right back to 19,891 later, and then you roll over. Or it's just about to be time to roll over soon. And that'll probably be driven by equities dumping too, if they do. You got to think about that. Equity is really going to time when Bitcoin breaks 19,891, whether it's today, tomorrow, or next week. It's probably on the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, the Qs. Okay, and then Ethereum, thinking a lot lower, at least 1,050 in time. But hey, whatever, could turn into hidden bullish divergence, but I mean, it's bad. To me, I think it's awful. Look at you, you're at like 34 on the RSI, bearish control zone, not oversold. Just doesn't look good to me, but hey, whatever, you know. It's just my opinion, man. I'm just looking at the technicals. Gross. All right, so now we can get to the requests, and let's do it in order. Yeah, it looks incredible, dude. I mean, AMC looks amazing. Actually, it's kind of hilarious. It's kind of hilarious. I mean, in ways like you're at an area that is very critical. Okay, you're talking about going back to 2017. So many touches as support and resistance, and now support, higher lows. Such a, you know, you made your lows here in January and March, and then you rallied, and then you crashed, and then you made slightly lower lows. But buyers have defended this level, this $10.70 to $12 area, and now you're back testing the top end of that zone as support. I mean, it does look okay. Like, and I think if it was, you were gonna be really swinging for the fence on AMC, and it was like gonna be, hey, there's people that are making sure this gets propped up and it's gonna run because of Wall Street bets or whatever. 19, it's like $20, $19 to $20 target up here. That'd be a target if this was going to hold this level. It's kind of crazy that it is holding right now. I mean, that's it. Like, I'm just showing you the levels. You can clearly see them. They aren't made up. They're right there. They're inflection points, mystery, and you're holding them for a while, and so you're holding them and you're making higher lows, and so there could be more upside on AMC.
Altcoin just earthed.
Good. Did corn just earth? Well, unfortunately, my commodities are delayed, so I hope so. It seemed like it, right? The Head and Shoulders, potential Head and Shoulders was there at 2008 reversal areas. Remember, I mean, the argument was pretty strong for potential reversal. So give me like 10 minutes and I'll look at it, okay? Sorry. What's up, Greg, man? Wayne Batson, there you go, dude.
Always watch when I can.
Thank you, man. Much love, right? Supporting the stream because 100% crowdsourced, all right? I've never had a sponsor ever. I've never accepted money and pushed a product ever. I've been doing this 4.5 years now, right? Never monetized these streams, so you don't watch ads. So I can play copyright music, but it's just kind of like beholden to no one but you, the viewing audience, the members of the community, which is really cool. So there's upside. I mean, like if this is real life and it's not just bearishly consolidating, I mean, $19 to $20, but it's just, remember, dude, you got to think about, right, the checklist. You got the 3 checks or X's. First check or X would be what? The macro, bearish. So always, when you're trying to go long in these market conditions, you're always going to be at least 2 of 3. You're never going to be going 3 for 3. 3 check marks, right? Because the macro, X, because it's bearish. Because you want to go long. It's not a check. It's like if you want to go short in the macros, bearish is a check mark, right? But you want to go long on something, and I understand that. So you're always going to be 2 out of 3 max. So AMC is an entertainment, movies, entertainment, consumer services. Okay. What is the ticker for consumer services, chat? We can look at it on a chart, right? We could just say, how about CVEO? Let's look at it. No, that's not actually. That's Canada. I'm trying to look for the actual. Anyone have a ticker that's like not the individual assets, but actual blend, like an ETF? Let's see. Is it? Oh yeah, there it is. I found it. DJUSCY. There we go. No, it's not even showing up on my friggin' trading view, dude.
China.
Less than 3. 0.078000000 LTC.
Is that a joke?
Igor, thanks for the 419 of Litecoin. Much love, dude. XLY. Oh yeah, XLY. And I have. That's terrible, right? Yeah. This is not. We're talking about consumer services though, not consumer discretionary. Clearly, this is bearish as F, right? It's so bearish. Lower high does one, lower. It could be going for a lower low. It's awful, dude. It's awful. So we can look at like what was it? PJ. Leisure and entertainment. That's a good one. Yeah. And okay. So here we are. We're looking at. We know the macro is bearish, and you want to go long in AMC. So you got 1x on the macro. Then you go to the sector that the individual assets in. We're looking at it on a chart. You can't tell me this is bullish. This is terrible, dude. In fact, it's broken key supports, and I mean, the next support for real, like I would say it's hard support 31.38. You're 36. You got so much downside here. Look at all this distribution going on, Larry. So you're batting 1 for 3 long AMC. And probably why it would go up is, I mean, the technicals are pretty good on it. Like, they are nice, but the only reason people are buying that's because Robinhood and, you know, Wall Street bets and all that crap, right? I mean, that's probably it. It's not because it's a good, you know, asset. Oh, I can't wait to long and own this, you know, to give my AMC shares to my grandkids, right? It's not really like that. So you're batting 1 for 3 because kind of higher lows locally and back test of springs on AMC. So that argument, I mean, it could play out, but you normally want 3 for 3, don't you? 3 check marks for longs. You have 1 of 3. So just a way to look at things, okay? Big yikes though up here, right? Whew. PEJ, nice one. Yep, PEJ. I'm gonna add that to my ETF watch list. Gary, thanks, man. Whoa, dude, whoa, getting a little weird over here. You relax, music. Okay, a lot of downside. Well, how much downside on PEJ? 14% downside. That's awful, man. That's real bad. Minimum 14% downside. Not even talking about 886s and 786s, right? Sleepy joke. What are you talking about, dude? You're just like new and you're just saying things that aren't real. So it's cool. Anyone can like just say random things that aren't real, dude, you know, and be new. Wow, dude. Wow. CI Cigna. Yeah, you're asking to be, should we short? This is at least a low risk area. I would say certainly a low risk opportunity with an edge, because you were showing hidden bearish divergence on the MACD histogram as well as the RSI. Well, at least on the 4 hour. 4 hour you are, not on the daily. We'll look at the daily, but yeah, but the trend's so crazy. But yeah, you're just at levels where if you got stopped out, you take on minimal losses, and that's great. That's awesome. Like, the trend could continue. You get stopped out, it keeps, you know, blast into the upside, stopped out, move on with your day, right? But dang, man, you can't say this isn't like one of the lowest risk areas. This is your all-time high from May of 2021. Right, so impending price action, continuation downward implied at the lowest risk area you could dream of, kind of, yeah. And it's technically a lower high. In fact, it's probably an 886, of course, right? Of course it's like an 886, and that's beautiful, dude. 886s are amazing. Yeah, like 886. Value perceived areas for a short with an edge at a key level that it's easy to strategize a stop loss and entry. Wonderful, Doobie. Great job, man. Great job. Market conditions suck. Hey, so you're trying to go short. So shorting means we look at that check, the 3 checks, right? The 3 boxes. We know the macro is bearish. So you get a check mark here, not an X, a check mark. Then we go to healthcare, right? We can go to healthcare. Which is, which one is that? XLV. The XLV, you know, it's doing better than most sectors, but I think it could be done now. Remember, it's a right-angled ascending, massive right-angled ascending Brighting formation that had that partial rise. And then this level, you got back above 124, 125. That's great and all, but it doesn't really matter if you're going to make a local high that's lower than this high for May 27th. Then all of a sudden, it's like clear distribution. You're probably coming back down to test this level, even if you're going to hold it, you know, and rally higher. But so I would say the trend is beginning to reverse on healthcare. Like, all it's been doing, higher highs, higher lows, ever since the COVID crash. But now it's different, not doing that anymore. It in fact made You know, a slightly higher high. Now it's making lower highs. Now it's making lower lows. It's the first time it's done it, dude. First time it has done this since 2020, since COVID crash. So you could definitely have make the argument that things are starting to change. The trend's starting to reverse on XLV. So this one's kind of like maybe a check mark. It also could be an X, but I'm thinking if it's making lower highs than previous highs, then it's another check. And then you're trying to short CI. Then it's all of a sudden like 3 checks. All right, so that's a good environment to be taking shorts. Yeah, I mean, sure. A lot of downside too. I mean, you can go with a minimum target of 241 and then 226 after that, man. Sure. Beautiful. Wow. Pretty interesting here. Very interesting, actually. How about the daily? How about the daily on CI? No edge, really. I mean, it'll turn into one anytime now. Like, for real, it would turn into a bearish edge if it started reversing now. Like, if it started reversing after back testing that level's resistance, hidden bearish divergence would start developing, but it's still building, so not quite there. Not exactly what you're looking for. But 4 hour, wonderful. Okay, good job, man. Very good request. Okay, let's go to Hex to Bitcoin now. All right, I took it on his word. There it is. Oh my God, I have data here, dude. I have data. You kidding me, man? The ancient Hex to BTC chart. I haven't been here in a while because I know would have had this little level plotted. Very similar to the US. It's like this, almost the same thing. Wow, that's so bearish, dude. Good God, look what it did. Holy crap. All right, so what did it do? It broke a key level, the support finally, dumped, then rallied and is back testing now what was once a resistance, support, resistance. It's now resistance again, and you can tell from this high to this high, there's distribution going on. You made a lower high in the previous high. In fact, it looks almost like a bearish little shark or cipher right there. If this is true confirmation that it is a resistance again, yeah, I would think the target eventually is
RRC, please.
112,000. I don't even know whatever this number is. You know, 112,416 down here. Satoshis, like 112,000 Satoshis or something. Yeah, that's your target down there. It almost hit it. I can't believe it didn't, but probably will now. Just had to get confirmation. That's bad. That's very bearish price action. Okay, for now, until something changes. You can pivot, make a higher low, and run again, and then break 271,000 right there. But for now, it is not bullish. And here's your issue, dude. Here's your kind of mega issue. You have some Class C. Yep, it's like Class C hidden bearish divergence, where you make a substantially lower high on price than the previous high, but you make the same levels on the MACD histogram, which is stagnation of momentum. It's the weakest form of bearish divergence, but it's still bearish. It's not good. Okay, so a lot of downside below this zone you see right here that is successfully bearishly back tested. That's not good, man. So here you go, down here you got some levels. Okay, sorry, man. Yikes. Luis, again, I don't know what you're talking about with the short labels. We can go to the Bitcoin shorts chart. Is that what you're talking about? I just don't know. Like, is what you're talking about? The shorts chart or something? Again, it's hard to really analyze this thing, dude. Really hard to even. Are you out there still? Let me know. Hey, it's Crypto Order, man. Hey. Hand wave. Back at you, dude. So I mean, I just don't. I mean, I'll look at this and say I don't have. I know what it kind of means. It means like the amount of opened leverage shorts on Bitfinex exchange only. I know that's what it means. So just that's not gonna help. We got a Bitcoin long chart, which is more interesting. You'll see why. I'm thinking, dude, one red candle to rule them all soon. A long squeeze. Bitcoin breaks 19,891 and collapses. I would think eventually this thing's going to collapse too. It's obscene. It's crazy. It really is crazy. And stuff like this ends. It always does, right? You had, back then, you had similar moves like that. So, and the problem with this is we know that different times, it's been completely different moves where, the end of these pumps, one time it turns into the absolute bottom for Bitcoin, but then other times the absolute top for Bitcoin. It's so like, I don't think you should use this for anything. Like, I don't think it can help you draw a conclusion that's gonna be beneficial to you, because you're gonna get a false sense of security, thinking that it means something that's gonna help you in your analysis, and I don't think it really will, dude. Dylan, of course, yeah, man. Falling wedges are in the right market conditions can be extremely reliable. There are great examples of falling wedges in the right market conditions that can be wonderful for longs and trades. Yes, many of them. Inverse head and shoulders patterns. My God, hey, speaking of head and shoulders pattern identification, how about we look at Chipotle? How about Chipotle that is screwed? Chipotle is screwed, chat. Do you understand? They make burritos, bro. They're burrito makers. Okay? It's like back below the neckline of this massive, colossal size Head and Shoulders. It goes back to February 2021. Go to the weekly if you really want to see it. That's how screwed you are, dude. No, like, this is right here. You're trying so hard. There's not enough demand. There's no demand on Chipotle. You can't, look, you attempted to break 1383 again. Certainly not enough demand. You're rolling over. You're making lower highs. Visible on the daily. It's done, dude. Like, the downside potential on Chipotle, at least to the 200-week moving average, was 1116, but eventually 758. Can you really be surprised if Chipotle CMG sees $750? You just can't be, man. Well, yeah, I get it. A little bit of bullish divergence on one, kind of on one oscillator. I get that too. It could rally here. It's just not. It's not buying. Or no one's buying right now. Now, I'd be cool. Like, people start buying. That's great, but it's not occurring right now. I don't want Chipotle to collapse, but my God, that is a certain momentum shifting structure the size of, a small planet. That's it. Okay. Yeah, lots of patterns out there. Look at this one. Just like a Head and Shoulders. Another one, man. Look at the DAX back from 08. Look at this thing, dude. Oh, look at maybe on the daily. Yeah, look at this, dude. Like, pattern identification, right? A massive, beautiful Head and Shoulders with oh my God! Dang, dude. Blue alert. A cop got shot. Bibb County. 2 deputies in Bibb County. My God, it scared the crap out of me. Hate that. You know, my phone's on vibrate too, and it still goes off like that. That's crazy, dude. You can't do that, man. You can't just be on silent mode and still override the silent mode. So, yeah, Head and Shoulders was confirmed October 9th, 2018, when you broke that support, and pretty much 100% measure move was achieved, before it rallied again. So, yeah, pattern recognition can be very, very reliable in the right conditions, sure. And I would say the larger the pattern, the more significant the time scale, the higher the reliability is going to be. So you'd be trying to look at like a 60-minute falling wedge or Head and Shoulders, not reliable at all. It would, it's just my opinion, but I would say to never try to identify patterns on time scales lower than the 4 hour. I would just forget it. I mean, they can definitely play out, but they can also just invalidate it within an hour or two. So just, yeah, anyway, let's continue onwards. Sorry, dude. I just again, I'm thinking Hey, dude, no, nothing can come out of my phone that makes noise. Nothing. And then that happened. What do you want from me, man? My guard was off. I guess I expected my phone to not do that. And since I had expectations, it triggered a response, a physical response, and you just saw it on screen. Stupid, man. Okay, someone requested this. Someone sent me money to look at this, chat. X2, Y2. Wyckoff support? Nah, I don't think Wyckoff's here at all, dude. I don't think anyone's here. I think it's like 3 people trading this, and it's a scam. They're just... Nah, dude. Nah. This is stuff like this you should never try to apply traditional technical analysis to. It just means that it ICO'd, it was listed, so whoever created it could make money for themselves, and anyone else, screw you. Anyone else wants to own this, yeah, get destroyed, man. Get destroyed. That's all this means. That's what this crazy red line means. It got listed, immediately insiders sold, people that created this crap, and everyone else got obliterated, and they've still been obliterated, and now they're just staring at this, and it's nothing, dude. I'm not even gonna plot anything on it. If you want something, if you want another request or something, by all means, but this is just trash, dude. I wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot pole with my enemy's money. All right. Sorry, dude. DRV, which is the real estate short. I mean, I can look at it so you can see it. I mean, if we're gonna look at this chart, because you wanted it, it's a right-angled descending Browning formation that it broke down, it's rallied, and if it breaks $51, probably going to $69 eventually, man. I do declare. Yeah, and there's hidden bullish divergence on it. I mean, like, if you're just going by this, if you put a gun in my head and you're like, you have to analyze this and not the other, whatever it's tracking, the 4 hours implying a continuation upward. And the crazy thing is one valley, a second valley, and then the third valley. Classic accumulation on the DRV. And there's an edge. You know that combination's amazing, dude. That's an incredible combination of variables that can turn into some serious stuff. And just, again, a great look on that did play out one time in history was Micron. Okay, MU, here it is. You had one valley, two valley, the third valley, what? On the third valley, there was hidden bullish divergence, implying what? A continuation upward, and sure as heck got that continuation, and now it's all over. Now you get egg noodles and ketchup. Eventually you'll see $50. It's over, dude, for semiconductors and tech. All right, now you have hidden bearish divergence. You have hidden bearish divergence on Micron. Anyway, so that's it, man. It's not bad for DRV. It seems like, I guess it would make sense, dude. How could real estate be bullish right now? Just based on fundamentals. You don't have to look at a chart. You can't just have the record increase in change in interest rates, right? You can't over double the 30-year fixed mortgage rates. You can't do that in such a short period of time and not destroy the real estate market. At least you can't make it like sell off and then make a lower high and probably make a lower low and then eventually. I mean, that's what they're trying to do, man. They're trying to destroy demand, and they're doing a good job. Yeah, so being long on DRV based on technicals, it's not the worst idea I've ever heard or seen on a chart. Way better than looking at X2, Y2 or whatever, you know. There we go. We finally got... Hey, someone spelled Wyckoff right in chat. Let's go, dude. All right, Monero for our boy. It's your boy, the Session Top Jesus. Old Monero. Doesn't really look good to me, man. I mean... Hey, man, it's bearishly consolidating. Nice. Nice, dude. Almost just like this. Bearishly consolidating below 121. You don't want to see what 121 is, right? 121, the June of 2019 peak. There's thin order books below that level. Well, guess what? You're still below it right now. And my God, if anything, the daily, that looks like a real bear flag, doesn't it? I mean, it does. Monero at $60 is still going to serve the same purpose as being untrackable money, right? I mean, I think it could go. I think eventually $60 on Monero. I think eventually $40 on BNB. And, you know, I can't off the top of my head remember all the levels on every asset on these S coins, but I'm thinking lower levels on many things, including this one. So, hey, man, you want to take a shot or something? What were you saying? Holds better than most in bearish cycles. It doesn't matter, dude. You've broken support. You're now just testing that support resistance as resistance again. And the consolidation after crashing like that is so bad right now. I hope it rallies, man. I really do. But it's below 121. You have to be bearish. Just like Bitcoin below 40K, you have to be bearish. Ethereum below $3,000, you have to be bearish. Bitcoin below $30,000, $28,800, you have to be bearish. Same thing. It's always been like that. It's all about the levels. You're currently below a level. You failed to get back above it, and you're right back below it. And that's so bad. So bearish. Okay, sorry, man. I hope it rallies, man. I hope everyone, you know, everyone's, you know, dreams come true. But it's unfortunately, there's a lot of reality in here. And it's not to try to be negative. It's just real life, man. Oh, yeah. The Sailor buying today was terrible, dude.
I like it.
Just terrible.
Thank you.
It was the B-dubs, man.
Bruh.
Thanks for the $100 on the day, right? Boom. Good maths, dude. Boom. Thank you, man. A little Cardano in the jar, too. Yeah. Keeping it diversified. Diversified jar, man. Okay, let's look here. Well, I mean, this thing looked like it could have been doing... Man, this is what I'm saying, man. Such bearish conditions. It's just awful. BNTX, just... From the previous low, it's not doing anything at the 886. This is all you're doing. It's almost just like it was going to be an inverse head and shoulders. Now it's like a head and shoulders. How can it be? How is it this bearish? Like, for real. How can you do this? In fact, it's like a rectangle, like a bearish rectangle that, something like that, that's now getting like a partial rise almost. It's just a range, dude. You're just in a rectangle, in a range. You just bounced off the bottom of it, which is cool and all. There was a little bit of... Nope, there was only bearish convergence, man. Only bearish convergence. Look at your hidden bullish divergence right here. How it underperformed. That's testament to the trend you're in. So you get a bullish edge, and it does this. Just makes a lower high. It lets you know less market participants own the asset than they did before. It's not bullish. You just, in fact, made your lowest low of the entire drawdown. The whole crash, right? June 22nd. Was traders took it to 117. And that was the lowest price you had seen since April of 2021. Like, I think there's some support down here at 104. Eventually could get to. I understand, though. Like, look, you got these couple peaks and valleys here. It's trying to hold on to 886. But I can't, when you're only... Look, man, I'm looking for higher highs, higher lows eventually, right? You just made your lowest low. You just made your lowest high. The lowest high and the lowest low of the entire crash, right? Buying climax, August 2021. That's a big event. That's it. Wow. And then now it's like, well, lowest high, lowest low. Give me a higher low, man. Give me a higher high. Do something, dude. Just... So I don't like it. In fact, you know, the wave structure right here looks trash, man. Almost. It's like a deep retrace. Yeah, 786, 80% retrace on B, then a lower high on C. Normally turns into a 1272, which just happens to be the next support. The high from March 2020, August 2020. That's your target eventually. Talk to Scott Carney about it. He'd be like, yeah, that seems like a decent argument, right? It's all about the waves too sometimes, and you'll make a lower high than previous high, and then eventually probably see 104. I don't know, man. You can trot along if you want to. That's assuming there's liquidity in this market. Why is bio in tech? Remember, let's see here. I guess it makes money, so that's good. But health, we just talked about health. Kind of looks like it's maybe reversing its trend. So You can take a shot if you want at the bottom of this rectangle. Sure. It gapped up. The gap will fill probably. I mean, I think it would. 134 at least. So you might get that chance, but it's just the price action's terrible. Lower highs, lower lows. Lower highs, lower lows. Non-stop. No edge either on the daily. Goombas, thanks again, man. FTM, that again, we already discussed my thoughts on it. But we can look at the chart and you can understand how bearish it is. It's terrible. Look at this thing. Look how beautiful, well respected the downtrend is. And you gotta hate it. You gotta hate this asset. Look how this level that was supposed to be support at 29.29 cents. Right? Look, one time, so Valley, March 23rd, price action, you know, correlated there. That's it though. And it was a support here kind of May. For the first time though, it's really kind of being regarded as resistance. And you know, there's bearish convergence on the daily. There's hidden bearish divergence on the RSI though. So bad. Implying continuation downward. You just made the lowest low of the entire downtrend. You're now making the lowest high of the downtrend. I think you come back to 19.25 cents from here. Eventually. Look at the price action between up, down, eventually up, right, down, up, probably down again. And eventually I'm thinking 5.8 cents. Yeah, you won't believe it. And it might take time, but I'm thinking that this asset eventually sees 5.8 cents. Unbelievable. I can't believe that, dude. I can't believe this asset's going to lose another 76% of its value by the time this recession's over for equities. Okay. Yeah, I'm not. Like, why would you own it? Like, that's my thoughts. It's terrible. Why would you own? There's 18,000 cryptos now. Heads have to roll. Heads need to roll. Some heads have rolled already. More need to roll. FTM needs to go to, levels it was at in September 2020, Lower highs, lower lows, man. Until something changes, you have to be bearish. You cannot be bullish when all your recent events are the lowest lows and the lowest highs of the entire downtrend. So bearish, dude. Sorry, man. Let's look at corn real quick. I know it wasn't a real request, but I hope so. Because if it did, oh yeah, let's go. Let's go, chat.
Look here. Look, what's in the chat?
Oh my God, chat. Corn has gapped down. The TA has been respected, man. Look at this thing. Down 14.15%. Beautiful, man. Like, this is what TA is, man. Like, if you're on this journey, right? We're here every day. We're looking at things. This is what it's all about, man. You're looking at 2008 levels. This is the only place in history where cycles have ended. Massive reversals had occurred, right? Have occurred. And guess what, chat? History did the same thing, right? We've identified, this bearish shark at the 113, hitting the hop, head and shoulders, potential head and shoulders. The back test, oh my God, even just yesterday, you got just the tip top. You got the back test of the top of the zone with the shooting star reversal, hello. And then today, yesterday you got just a perfect little back test of 778 that just happened to be a perfect test of the June 24th, 2008 peak, where from there, you went all the way down to 299 after hitting 778. Like straight down almost. And so it looks like it's begun. This happened to soybeans. Now it's happening to corn. You could see it probably happened to wheat. Wheat's over, dude. Okay. So look, the stagnation and momentum, right? You had a lower high than the previous high, but had the same levels on the MACD histogram. Stagnation, right? That's class C, hidden bearish divergence. Boom, dude. Boom. Testing the 200-day moving average for the first time since January. Beginning of the year. It's been months, man. That's what I'm talking about. My God, can we get some applause in the chat? Love TA.
And then, just like that,
Anyway, I get excited about stuff like this. Yeah. It's amazing. Spot ETF rejected. Is that real life? Does someone have a source on that? And did this just break? Let me know. Dang, man. If this doesn't get you excited, about what is taught here, nothing will. Nothing, dude. So be real, though, about that whole ETF thing, the Bitcoin ETF. Okay. Okay, man. Total starting to sell off. Bitcoin, $20,000, $30. ETF rejected. Grayscale. I guess, is that not news? I'm surprised I didn't see anything on it. But I have been live for an hour and 30 minutes. If you're enjoying the live stream, hit the like button, the bell, so thanks for being here. If you're enjoying Corn, respect the TA better than anything in the world. Let's go. Like button, bell, sub. My God. Yeah, you got Kanishki up in the chat. Throwing out educational tidbits. Love it, man. Kudos to you, man. Adding value to the live chat, and that's what it's about. So still seeing literally no information from anyone in the chat about what I'm talking about. The okay, SEC rejects Grayscale spot ETF, Bitcoin ETF application. When did that news break? Can somebody tell me? Because I want a time stamp. Because I'm like, I can't. There's no way. How did I miss that? It had to have been within the last hour and 30 minutes, right? Had to have been. You eat the bugs. I need the time. Half an hour ago. There you go, dude. Boom. Wrecked. Bitcoin wrecked. 19,891. Yeah, right. Yeah, right, dude. Imagine thinking 19,891 holds here. Imagine, Larry. No one's buying. No one is buying Bitcoin, chat. Not right now. Well, I guess Michael Saylor did at 20,800, and he's down hundreds of thousands of dollars already on that purchase. You get that? He bought, boom, instantly down hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's all in a day's work, Larry. Catching falling knives in bearish conditions. I mean, yeah, maybe he'll just say, man, I know it's a long-term thing for him, but just for now, it's just not a good way to, you know. Nah, crawfish are not bugs. God, no, dude. Are you kidding me? All right, crustaceans, arthropods, whatever. It's rough, dude. When 19,891 breaks, minimum 886. And that's just, again, me not trying to hurt people's feelings and make them feel bad, okay? Like, when or if you break 19,891 here, you see 18,050 very fast. And that makes sense. The 886 lines up where traders settled up at the lowest point on the 4-hour, June 18th, that Saturday. Wow. Could we get another one of those Saturday streams soon, once or if this level does not hold? Which, look at the price, chat. There's no bids. That's just a little bit of supply or a little bit of demand remained, okay? And once you're going to get back down to that level, and the demand will be continuously absorbed, and eventually, after testing this level for so long, the demand will be completely absorbed by the sellers who are in complete control of this market for many months, like half a year. Once that is, the demand is absorbed, there will be no more demand at this level, and there will be no formal support looking left to keep you held up anywhere where there would be any sort of strategic bids, right, to much lower prices. Because you look left and understand that how could there be any sort of strategic entries set up with big money below 19,891? Price action, I mean, minimum 17,155, and that's kind of the area where we think it's going eventually if it does not hold here. Yikes. Okay. Loath as I am to say these things, all right? Don't think I'm getting pleasure out of it. It's just bearish, man. No dump stream really yet, but yeah, that rejection of an ETF is always bad. Thanks for the over 700 people here. Thanks for the 400 likes. My God, we ended up getting like almost 700 likes yesterday, which was crazy. But yeah, it's gonna, you know, require a break of this support for there to be a lot of hype in the chat. You know, for now, it's just like everyone's scared and timid. Chat. I'm sorry. Was there any more requests? Let's see. Yeah, there is. Goombas. Goombas wanted RRC. Range Resources Corporation. Big yikes. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. This parabolic uptrend. Energy, minerals, oil, and gas production. Okay, I think there was a buying climax. A slightly higher high. With bearish divergence, kind of. I think it could be over now. I mean, this is like that nice flag right there. But that's kind of showing you the weakness. There's like buyer exhaustion. There's the, you know, look at this impulse, and then look at this impulse. How, you know, short-lived it was. That's like buying climax, confirmation high type stuff. You're now below the 200-day moving average again. You bearishly engulfed yesterday, at least in the 4-hour, or today anyway. But you're holding above this level for now, this 26.39. But this is all in jeopardy, right? How crazy the fact that it's actually still holding this. It is crazy. Yeah, you got to wonder. Well, I'll see the daily though. Daily's probably not as bad. Daily's pretty interesting, you know, the hidden bullish divergence, but let's see how this hidden bullish divergence plays out, because just like US oil, if this hidden bullish divergence plays out and then ends up making a lower high than 37.30, you could be in store for head and shoulders of some sort, momentum shifting structure. Sorry, I got, oh yeah, leg up. So it's not in trouble yet, but you did just make a lower low. When is the last time this asset made a lower low? I guess you could say maybe January. But let's see the follow through. Okay, let us see the follow through. Back then there was classic bullish divergence, hidden divergence now. In actuality, it's not even hidden bullish divergence. I'm sorry, I take that back. It's just convergence, bearish convergence, because it's making a lower low. Yeah, it's not. There's not an edge here. So depending on this rally is going to determine probably the trend. If buyers cannot recapture this big sell-off, then things could be changing and it might be done. RRC's big parabolic run could be done in time soon. Okay. Goombas, thank you, dude. And that was the last request of the day. But will Bitcoin do it, chat? Will Bitcoin hold 19,891? Will it hold? Don't look good right now, right? Real bad. Anyway, well, I guess I'll be back. If we're breaking 19,891 for real and we're selling off and we're going down and it's like a true breakdown, I'll do what I can to be live again. Can't make promises and stuff. And it will be at a random time. It won't be at the normal scheduled stream time unless coincidence. But just be sure to join the Discord so you never miss the live stream when it happens at regular or random times. You know, because 3 a.m., 5 a.m., it could be anytime. So just be in the Discord. You'll be notified when I'm live. Don't rely on YouTube, okay? And the conversation continues when the stream inevitably ends, which will be in moments. So join that Discord. Only 2 of y'all joined the Discord today. That's pathetic. Like, wow. Over 14,000 members strong. I'm technically growing every day. So let's just pay attention to the level. You're at them, man. Check the thumbnail once it's broken. $18,000 target once 19,891 breaks. So downside potential below the support. If it's a real breakdown, downside potential 9.37% to 10% downside. More on altcoins. Okay, so good luck, everyone. I hope you understand the trend we're in is terrible. It could hold here, and that'd be cool. When it rallies, I just don't know. I don't think it's going to make a higher high than these highs, but we'll see. Crazier things have happened. All right. So I'll be back. Until next time, respect the T. Hey.
Every day I'm checking the price and it's dipping. Every day I check the price, bad price. I can't take this anymore. can dance, do something?
Price gonna dip.